Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. First Polish live stream. First learning Polish live stream. Gotta set some stuff up. Hello. Dzień dobry. Dzień dobry. Cześć. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Learning Polish live stream. Cześć. Jesteście bardzo dobrze. Bardzo dobrze. Jestem bardzo dobrze. Dzisiaj. Come one, come all. Wystrzebrzeszynie, kształt brzmi wytczynie. How was that? How was that? I said it. Smacznego. Konstantynopolitan Czekowianeczka. Come on, guys. You gotta hit me with something harder than that. Wyrewolwerowany rewolwerowiec, wyrewolwerowany rewolwerowiec, wyrewolwerowaj wyrewolwerowanego rewolwerowca. How about that? How about that? This is our first Learning Polish live stream. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You can just speak in Polish in the chat. There's a 98% chance I won't understand what you're saying because I am still a beginner. I am still a beginner who doesn't really speak Polish. I don't have that large of a vocabulary. In fact, I don't even know how to tell masculine nouns from feminine nouns from neuter nouns. But that is something we're going to change today on stream. That is something we're going to change on stream. Skąd jesteś? Where are you from? That's what that means. Skąd jesteś? Jesteś? Jestem z Texas. Right? Z? Like z? Jestem z Texas. I'm from Texas. Right? Let's see here. Okay. Is that Z in Jestem z Texas? Is that like a S sound or a Z sound?
Jestem z Teksasu.
Z Teksasu. Jestem z Teksasu. Jestem z Teksasu. Okay. Jestem z Teksasu. Król Karol kupił królowej Karolinie korolowego. All right. You know, I had something enter my mind recently from my childhood. So, okay, so fun fact. when I was a young boy, and I learned that my family was Polish, I became obsessed with it. I became obsessed with the fact that I had Polish heritage and the fact that my family still did some Polish traditions. It filled me with passion and joy. And so I did everything in my power to research and learn as much about Poland. I tried to learn a little bit of Polish, which I tried to speak with my grandparents. That's how I know like a little bit of Polish. But this morning, something I remembered is probably the most badass thing in Polish history. The most badass thing in Polish history. What is it? The Polish Winged Hussars. I had a whole book about this. And when I was trying to figure out what to do on stream today, I remembered this. And it filled me with joy. And so here we are. Now, I believe it was also Lithuanian. There's the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. But that is one of the sickest looking things in medieval history. I guess technically this wasn't medieval times though, was it? Brother, watch some video about the difference between SZ and SI because you can't hear the difference. I know I can't. We'll get better as time goes on. That could probably be a whole video. I'll actually write that down. That could be a whole video. Maybe we get like an actual tutor on here to help me learn during the video. Okay. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everybody is doing well. I am definitely doing well. I'm excited that today is our first Learning Polish live stream. Sí, yo hablo español. El español era el primer idioma que no es mi idioma materna que aprendí. In Polish language, we decline even proper names like names of cities or states. Yeah, fun fact, I found an old picture. My grandma showed me an old picture, which I don't have the picture here, of my ancestor. One of my ancestors from Poland. Okay, and I believe they were from Poznan. I believe. Actually, I do not know exactly where they were from, but my grandparents taught me to pronounce pięć, like 5, as pięć, like pinch. Are you learning Polish language for yourself or just for content? It has been a lifelong goal of mine to learn Polish. My family is Polish. Okay? They immigrated here in the 1900s. But the language was not passed down. True sadness. But to a certain extent, I understand why they didn't pass it down. Even though it makes me sad. And as a child, when I learned of my Polish ancestry, I became obsessed and I wanted to learn Polish. I tried to learn Polish. Do my parents talk any Polish? No. I speak more Polish than my parents. And that's because when I was younger, I put an active effort into trying to learn from my grandparents and asking them questions. And only now am I finally taking it very serious. But I've always had the goal to actually learn it. And it is a privilege to have the YouTube channel to learn it on and to show off my journey. Yes, they both have Polish roots, but my dad's side is 100% Polish. My mom has some Polish. My dad, 100% Polish. Anyways, my grandma showed me this old picture of like my great-great-great-grandfather and grandmother. And on the back of it was something written in Polish that I don't remember what it said. But instead of saying Zapiński, it says Zapińskiego. Zapińskiego, which I understand is a declension, right? Do you do only Polish on YouTube? Can I see more videos somewhere? I only have put any of my Polish learning videos on YouTube. It's all on YouTube. There, I answered. What is more difficult to you, Portuguese or Polish? Right now, it's Polish because I'm so new to it. Polska górą. Zapińskiego means of Zapiński. In that context, it sounds like an address. Maybe it was. I don't remember because I don't... Declinate... Because I don't remember what it said and I couldn't read it. I never actually got that good at Polish. Like I said in my counting numbers video, I could only ever count to 5. But now I can count to 100. So Zapińskiego, like the ego, means belongs to Zapiński, like of Zapiński. Okay. Say something in Polish, what you know. Ja mówię, nie mówię po polsku. Nie mówię po polsku, mówię po angielsku, ale I want to learn. Okay, see, I don't even know basic verbs. I don't even know basic verbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on. 20, 30, 40. Did you know about 4 persons named Zapiński from Katowice? No, I don't know that. I don't know anything about that. Okay. Trying to learn Korean, good luck. That would be some other kind of challenge that I don't know if I could do that. That's crazy. Can you introduce yourself? Jestem Józef. Jestem z Teksasy. What was it? Teksasu. Jestem Józef. Mówię po angielsku, nie mówię po polsku. Jestem z Teksasu. There you go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Józef is very formal. You can say Józek. Yeah, my grandpa, he calls me Józek. Can you swear in Polish? Kurczak. Kurczak. Actually, that means chicken. That means chicken, right? Kurczak means chicken. Oh my God. Okay. No, I don't know how to curse in Polish. Okay, I just thought that kurczak was a cuss word. I'm pretty sure that means chicken. Yes, kurczak means chicken. Do you want to be a polyglot, or why do you learn so many languages? I don't necessarily want to be I'm not trying to be a polyglot. Learning languages just fills me with joy. Like, why does anyone do anything? Why does anyone have any hobby? Because they like it. Because they like it. Oh, so I'm not crazy. So there is a cuss word that's kind of like kurczak. I've never been to Poland. It's sad for me. Yes, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, man. How to say pear in Polish. All right, come on, guys. What is this? Gruszka. Gruszka. That's the best I got. Gruszka. Okay. Okay. Zapinski is Polish. Yes, my family is Polish. Jestem... How do you just say I am Polish? I am Polish. Polakiem. Jestem Polakiem. Jestem Polakiem. Right? Okay. Well, this is a great transition here because there's a million endings to every single word in this cursed language. Okay? So today we're going to begin our dive into grammar. And we're going to channel the courage and energy of the winged hussars, the Polish winged hussars, to carry us to fluency. Okay? See, this is what I'm saying. This is crazy. Polak, Polakiem, Polakowi, Polaka, Polakom, Polakov, Polakami, Polako. It's ridiculous. Grzegorz Brzęczyszkiewicz. I feel like that's pretty close. If you guys want to go see me learn to say Grzegorz Brzęczyszkiewicz, I do have a video about it. I can't say it a million times on stream here. All right. All right, it is time to turn up the difficulty knob on our journey to becoming fluent in Polish. We've already learned to count, more or less, up to 100. We've learned to pronounce decently well. We at least have an introduction into how to pronounce. We've learned some basic vocabulary, okay, like kurczak, sałatka, pies, ryba, pająk, random things like that, okay? But it is time to venture into the deep, dark depths of Polish grammar. I found this website, courseofpolish.com. You gotta love a website that makes learning a language interactive. I'm not sponsored by that. This is not a sponsored thing, okay? I just found this. It's honestly, it's really hard to find resources that are actually interactive with videos, quizzes, things like that. This seems to be way to do it. The way to do it for Polish. Okay. Unfortunately, we have to start pretty basic because I don't even know how to tell really a masculine noun from a feminine noun from a neuter noun. Okay. Or definitely not how to pair that with any adjectives and like make it like grammatically correct. Okay, I don't know how to do that. And we're also going to take like an intro into the basics of noun cases and adjective cases, which I do not know yet, but I'm really hoping that noun and adjective cases are the same. Something tells me they won't be. Okay. So I'm going to need y'all's help. as we learn, as I don't know what's going on, I need you guys to hop in and tell me what's going on. So, first up, Polish grammar, nouns, gender. How to guess it. Gotta start somewhere. All right, here we go. Gotta start somewhere.
Hi guys, welcome to another grammar lesson. Today I'm gonna teach you how to guess the gender of a noun in Polish language. This lesson will be divided into two parts. The first part will be an introduction to this topic, and in the second part I will teach you how to guess the gender. Okay? So let's have a look on the first part. Firstly, I would like to explain to you the vocabulary. Okay? So in English language we have two words. Sex and gender. The first word, sex, in English means the activity people are doing.
Okay, I just need to know how to guess it. What's all this vocabulary?
Okay? And now,
okay, all right, how to guess
guess the gender, firstly we have to know what genders we have in Polish language. For that, I've prepared this.
To simply know if a word is masculine, feminine, or neuter, you need a giant chart. You gotta love it. Okay, all right, here we go.
3. It's divided into two branches, singular genders and plural genders.
Okay.
So in singular branch we have three genders, męski, masculine, żeński, feminine, and nijaki, neuter. In plural we have two genders, or two groups, męsko-osobowe, masculine, personal, and niemęsko-osobowe, not masculine, personal. Usually in Poland at school we learn only these groups, but for people like you who learn Polish language, it's better to divide the first gender into three subgroups, because depending on the subgroup, the noun has different endings in different cases. Okay, so the first gender, męski, we may divide into personal, not personal, animate, and not animate subgroups.
Okay, so a personal example of a personal masculine noun would be chłopiec. Okay, I think I actually did learn previously that masculine nouns in Polish typically end in a consonant, right? Chłopiec, pies, dom, right? All those end in a consonant. Okay. Also interesting that like masculine is divided up into all these different these three different columns here, but then feminine, żeński, and neuterniaki are not. I guess he'll talk about that. But chłopiec is that's a person, personal. Okay. Interesting. And then. Okay, but why do you need that distinction? I don't understand. Let's keep going.
So when we have a masculine noun, how do we know if we should put it in the first, second, or the third group? So it's quite easy because the names of these groups are quite self-explanatory. In the first group, we put all the masculine nouns that are a person, are describing a person, like here, chłopiec, boy, or all the professions like teacher, writer, worker, farmer, all the...
Okay, so if it's a human or a human related thing, then it's personal, masculine. Okay. But I guess apparently feminine doesn't have this for some reason.
Names of professions are masculine, personal. Now the second group, not personal, animate, is group for the nouns that are masculine and animate. So alive, all the animals, like here.
Okay, what about like a plant? Is a plant not personal animate? Because it is alive and it's not a human.
Here in the example, pies, dog is in this subgroup. And the last group, not animate, is for...
Like, how do you say plant? Plant. Zakład. Zakład. Okay. That D kind of sounded like a T.
All the nouns that are masculine and not animate. So for example, dom, house. Okay? So now...
Plant is roślina. Okay, let's hold on.
Roślina.
Roślina. Roślina. Wow. See, this is why it's better to do these things on stream, because it'll get it wrong and then y'all can tell me what's right. Okay.
When we know the gender of the noun in singular, how do we know if we should put it in the first or the second group in plural form? So this is quite easy when you look on these names. Masculine personal, not masculine personal. So all the nouns that are in this subgroup, when you create the plural form, you put them here, and the rest, so this subgroup, and these two groups, you put in the last group in
Okay, that's all right. I love a good grammar rule that's very definite. It's either this or it's this. Okay.
plural, okay? So it's quite easy. So now you know all the genders in Polish language. So finally, we can answer the question, how to guess the gender?
Okay.
One important
Let's go.
thing, we will guess the gender in nominative case. It's very important because when you have a noun in different cases, then these nouns have different endings in different cases.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right. So you have to, when you're so a noun starts in the nominative case. Is that the case? Is that the case? All right. We gotta pull up the AI. Here we go. Do Polish nouns start in the nominative case? Okay. Yes. All right, so Polish dictionaries, textbooks, and grammar tables always list nouns in the nominative singular as the base form. Okay, all right, that's good to know. So, dom, kobieta, miasto, which, okay, masculine, feminine, neuter, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay. All right.
And we are going to guess the gender based on the ending of the noun. So
Okay.
if you want to guess the gender, make sure that the noun is in nominative. All the nouns that are in the dictionary are in nominative case. Okay? So let's look on the tips for masculine. Usually when a noun ends with a consonant, it's masculine. Usually. Then, when a noun ends with owca or ista, it's also masculine. Here you have
Okay.
examples. Kierowca, driver, and programista, programmer. Also,
Kierowca. Kierowca. Driver, as in like you drive a car, right? You drive a car. Or kierowca, and then owca is sheep. Okay. Kierowca, like you drive a car. Okay, all right. So how would you say professional driver? Oh, of course, professional it's not just professional. Okay, so kierowca zawodowy.
Kierowca zawodowy.
Kierowca zawodowy. Okay, all right.
so there are exceptions like tata, dad, or mężczyzna, men.
Yeah, of course, the word for man, mężczyzna, ends in an A, but it's masculine, of course.
They don't have consonant on the end, but they are also masculine. The second gender, feminine. Usually when a noun ends with a letter, then it's feminine. Also when the noun ends with sh, especially when it describes an idea, then it's feminine. So here you have two examples. Miłość, love, and
Miłość.
radość, happiness.
Wait, so miłość means love? Is that right? Miłość. Okay. That's a very important word to know. Okay, so I have my notepad here to write new vocabulary down. Page 1 was numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Page 2 was animals and food. Okay, petak, mysz, pająk, koń, krab, pies, ryba, pawlew, mleko, wodę. Great, I just dropped my laptop on the ground. That's great. Okay. Zupa, sok, truskawka. Wow, truskawka. That's a word that took me like 40 tries to remember. But all right, let's start a new page here. We're turning a new page. We're turning a new page. All right. If you don't know what that means, it means you're starting anew. Okay, you're starting a new chapter. All right, so miłość. Miłość. Love, noun, feminine. Okay. Right. I know that's backwards for you guys, but that's okay. All right. Miłość.
And the third gender, neuter, when a noun ends with o, e, I, it usually is neuter. Also, when it ends with the origin from Latin words, like museum, it also is a neuter gender. Okay? And here, when you have a noun which ends with ch, ch, ny, sh, sh, j, ż, it usually is masculine or feminine. Okay?
Come on, man. Okay.
But there is no rule. You just have to guess or check in the dictionary.
There's no rule. You just have to figure it out. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Come on.
And apart from that, there is a lot of exceptions. Unfortunately, it's just impossible in Polish language to know the gender or to guess the gender with 100% certainty. There is just no rules. Some nouns has a random gender. These tips will help you to guess the gender. It will help you choose the correct gender more often, but it doesn't guarantee you to.
Okay, all right. It's the best we're going to get. All right, it'll cover most of it, but probably not all of it. All right. Let's find exercises here. Nouns, grammar, gender. Okay. All right. I tried to do this earlier. All right. Can we get this right? Let's see. Let's make this way bigger. All right. Let's do this. All right. Dom. Dom. Is that loud? Is that loud? Can you change the okay. Is that really loud? Whatever. All right. Dom. It ends in a consonant. That means it's masculine. All right, let's go. All right, come on. Okno. Okay, so all right, as we learn these, we're going to write them down. So dom means house, and it is masculine. Okay, again, I'm writing this down. All right, okno. All right, what does this mean? What is okno? Window. Okay, window. All right. It ends in an O. So it is neuter. Let's go. All right. Okno means window. Neuter. Okay. All right. Krzesło. Yeah, I have no clue what that means. Krzesło. Oh, I can hover over it and it tells me. Perfect. A chair. Okay. Krzesło means a chair. So, okay. All right, that's definitely neuter because it ends in an O. All right, we got it. Krzesło. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Dang it. Okay, hold on. Means chair in its neuter. All right, Polish grammar. Polish grammar. I'm not scared anymore. We're learning the rules. They're slowly being demystified here. Okay.
Walizka.
Walizka. Walizka.
Walizka.
Walizka. So the Z means a suitcase. Okay, that's a little bit obscure. So Z there is like more of an S sound.
Walizka.
Walizka. Walizka. All right. Jesus. All right. Means suitcase. And that is going to be feminine. Feminine. All right. So at least the rule is generally that when a word ends in an A, it's feminine, okay? Which, coming from Spanish and Portuguese, that does make this a lot easier. I'm not going to lie. So, walizka. Walizka. That's feminine. All right. All right.
Biurko.
We're 4 of 10 right now. Biurko.
Biurko.
Biurko. A desk. Okay. All right. A desk. So my brain, when it ends in an O, my brain, because of the Spanish and Portuguese that I know, I want it to be masculine. I know that sometimes it can be masculine, right? But I believe this is neuter. It is. Okay. Biurko means a desk. Now, in Spanish at least, I don't know about Portuguese, but in Spanish, there's a distinction between like a desk and like a table, I guess. Well, I guess there's a distinction in English. I don't know. Does biurko, like a desk, would this be like a school desk? Biurko is like a school desk, right? Or does it not matter? Table is stu. Table is stu, which I'm going to guess, okay, so that's S-T-O with an accent, dark L. So that would be, is that masculine? Is stu masculine? Stu. You can also say tabela.
Tabela.
Tabela. You can also say tabela. Okay. No? Oh, it's like a chart. Okay, but this is like a table. Stu. All right, so stu. This is masculine. Is this masculine? Stu is for dining. Yes, it's masculine. All right. And then desk, which is biurko, is neuter. Neuter. Neutral. Okay. Moving on.
Ogród.
Ogród. Ogród. Okay, so the D at the end is a T sound. Means a garden. Beautiful. I would love to have a garden one day, but I live in an apartment. Tabela is also Portuguese. Okay. Ogród. Ogród. All right, ogród. Means garden, and that's masculine because it ends in a consonant. All right, got it. All right, got it. All right, writing these down as we go.
Skała.
Skała. Skała. I'm gonna venture to guess what this means. Skała. Does it mean like skates? A rock. Oof. Way off. That's okay. Skała. A rock. All right. And that's going to be feminine because it ends in an A. Okay. Okay. You know, what I want to know is, how does this get decided? I mean, it's not decided. It just evolves over time. But, like, what makes rock feminine, but then, like, table, which is sto, is masculine? You know, I don't know how that works. Okay. So skawa is a big rock. Not just a rock. It's a big rock. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so otherwise you'd say guas. O kamień. So what is guas? What is guas? Guas is a very big rock. Kamień just means rock. So skawa. Okay. Wow, I guess why do we have words for rock and big rock? Why do you have the Confederate flag as your profile picture? We don't need that here. Okay. Okay. All right. So both skawa and guas mean big rock. Okay. Specifically a big rock. And then kamień.
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 Kamień. That N is like the enye.
Kamień.
Kamień. Okay. It's just regular rock. And I guess that's masculine because it ends in an N. All right, but skawa, which means big rock, is feminine. All right.
Ołówek.
Ołówek. Oh, I feel like I've heard this word before.
Ołówek.
A pencil. Okay. I like how we're like just learning like office words right now. All right. And that's going to be masculine because it ends in a K. Got it. All right. All right. So it seems like the general rules, like more or less always apply. No matter, like, I mean, I guess there's exceptions, but I mean, I don't know. I've only answered 8 words here.
Pies.
Yes. Dog. It means dog. Finally a word that we know, which is masculine. Did it. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. All right. We're about to get 10 out of 10.
Stół.
Did we already do this? Or no? No, we learned this later. It means table,
Stół.
but it's masculine. Okay, yeah, we already did that one. Okay. All right, 100%. Let's go. 100%. 100%. In this section, you can practice determining the correct gender of nouns. Honestly, I don't know if this is too brash here. Let's just jump to the final one. Is it any more difficult?
Spotkanie.
Spotkanie. I think because it ends in an E, it's neuter, right? Yes. All right. I did remember that correctly. So, spotkanie. Spotkanie. Means meeting. So, like, in Spanish, in a lot of other languages, for example, like the noun version of the word and then like the verb version of the word are basically the same. It's just the ending changes, right? So like to meet in Spanish is reunirse, right? Reunirse. But the noun meeting is reunión. So is that the same in Polish more or less? So like, okay, so to meet would be spotkać. And then spotkanie is, okay, so it is kind of the same in that way. Okay. Okay, all right. So spotkanie is meeting, and it is neuter because it ends in an E.
Planeta.
Planeta, 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 planeta. Okay. Planeta. I mean, feminine, right? Okay, all right. Also, I feel like that's a cognate, so I don't really need to write that down.
Zmiana.
Zmiana. Change. Like change like your life, like change in your life. Zmiana. Zmiana. Yeah? Okay. Feminine, right? Okay. So it is. It's like change, like a change in life. Okay, zmiana. So then is to change zmianić? Zmianić? Right? Sorry. Zmieniać. Zmieniać. Okay, so it's sort of similar. Zmieniać. Okay, so zmiana means change, and that is feminine. All right, moving on.
Książka.
Książka. I know this word. It means book. Yes, all right, it does mean book. I actually started to doubt myself there a little bit. Książka means book. And that's feminine. Yes, all right, got it. You know, one thing that might make this website better is when you get it right or wrong, if there was a little sound effect, but that's okay. That's okay. This is definitely an example of a word where if someone is like talking to me about how crazy Polish looks or the pronunciation, I would show them this word and I would be like, how do you think this is pronounced? Książka, right?
Książka.
Książka. Książka. All right. Książka. Means book, and it's feminine. All right. All right.
Komin.
Komin. Komin. It sounds like come in. Or like, is this cumin? Cumin? Like the spice? Chimney. It's masculine because it ends in a consonant. That's a very obscure word. I'm not even going to bother writing that down.
Ognisko.
Ognisko. I have no clue what that means. Fire. Okay. That's actually a good one to know. Ognisko. See, this is what makes Polish so much more difficult than like basically all of the Romance languages, is because in basically all the Romance languages, like the word for fire is like at least somewhat similar to the word fire in English. Oh. It means fireplace. Fireplace. Okay. Okay, hold on. Kominek. Okay, so it'd be more like campfire. Oh, okay, here we go. Fire is ogień. 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 Okay. Sheesh. All right, so okay, so ogień is just ogień. All right, so but ognisko means, right, that was fireplace, or no, campfire. What a insanely specific word to teach. Okay, but fire, that's important to know, is, and this is masculine because it ends in an N with an accent, right? This is masculine. Ogień.
Ogień.
Ogień. Ogień. This is masculine. Okay. All right.
Ognisko.
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 That is neuter. That's crazy. So fire is masculine, but campfire, ognisko, is neuter. Definitely one thing I've learned as I've learned more languages is it's better to just sometimes not question things. You know what I mean? It's better to just not question weird rules, because you'll fall down a rabbit hole that's harder to get out of than it is to fall into, Okay.
Mrowisko.
Mrowisko. Mrowisko. Anthill. All right, this is insanely specific. I'm not even going to write this down. So this is neuter because it ends in an O.
Stoisko.
Stoisko. Stand? Like, what do you mean stand? Stall? Department? What? Like a booth? Like a shop stand? That's so specific. Neuter because it ends in an O.
Mydło.
Mydło. All right, soap. Okay, I guess that's good to know. That's a good word to know. Mydło. Is that what you guys say for soap? You say mydło? That's like the most common word for it. Means soap. Tuck. Tuck. Okay, yes. All right, so mydło is neuter because it ends in an O.
Kot.
Cat. Cat. It's such a breath of fresh air every time there's a word that I actually know. Okay, and this is masculine because it ends in a T. All right, 100%. Okay. But what were the words that he said? Okay, here's that chart. Some of the words have exceptions, or there's like additional endings that are always masculine. So ovca or ista. Kierowca. Kierowca. What is that one again? I forgot already. Driver, that's right.
Kierowca.
So words ending in ovca are always masculine. Is that the case? All right. Okay, here we go. Choose gender, irregular nouns. All right, we're turning it up a notch. Let's make it more difficult. Here we go.
Kolega.
Kolega. I don't think it's feminine. So it means colleague, right? Yeah, your colleague. Okay. This is the irregular section, so I'm going to say masculine. Okay, it is masculine. Okay, it is masculine. Is that because it's personal? Kolega also means buddy. Koleżanka. Koleżanka is a female friend. Kolega, koleżanka. So what about just the word friend? Oh, whoops. Przyjaciel. Oh my goodness. This is why Polish is ridiculous. The word for friend is przyjaciel.
Przyjaciel.
Oh, przyjaciel. Przyjaciel.
Przyjaciel.
Przyjaciel. Przyjaciel. Am I pronouncing that right? Przyjaciel. Przyjaciel is more like best friend. Okay. Wait, are you kidding me? The male version, the masculine is przyjaciel, and the feminine is przyjaciółka. 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 Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is more like best friend, and this is more like friend or homie. Okay. So, but you can also say kolega to mean like your colleague, right? Like at work, or no? So, okay, so przyjaciel means like a close friend, best friend. All right. Okay. So we gotta write that down. So kolega means colleague. It also means your homie, and it's masculine. But what was can you guys remind me what feminine kolega is? What's feminine? The feminine version of that. It was something much more complicated. Koleżanka. Koleżanka. Oh my god. Koleżanka. All right, koleżanka. Oh dear. Oh dear. But that can, so koleżanka can also be a female colleague, right? It's your female friend, your homie, your buddy, your pal, whatever you want to say. But it's also your female colleague, right? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Oh, see, it's hard because like it's like that. It totally changes. Koleżanka. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Dłoń.
Dłoni. Means hand. Okay. Dłoni means hand. Masculine because it ends in an N. Feminine. That's right. We're doing irregulars. You gotta be kidding me. Dłoni is feminine. So when is that almost all words that end in the N with the accent are feminine or no? Hand. Ręka. Okay. It's not hand, it's palm. So dłoń means palm. Okay, but ręka is like, that's the real word. Ręka, which is feminine, right? Ręka is feminine, right? Ręka. Okay. All right. Yes, it is. All right. Okay. So that's such an obscure word, though. Palm. I don't even know how to say that in Spanish. Actually, I think it's palmas. Palmas. All right. But that's because it's the same word. All right.
Kiwi.
Kiwi. Does this mean kiwi? Yeah, it does. Okay. All right. That was easy. Ends in an I. Does that make it neuter? Yes. Because I think that's what O, E, or Y endings are neuter, according to this. But, okay, all right, neuter. All right, I guess I just guessed.
Forum.
Forum. Masculine. Neuter. Okay. All right, these are obscure words, so I'm not too worried about this.
Muzeum.
Oh, but he said that words that end in UM are typically neuter, correct? Words that end in UM are usually neuter. Yes. Okay, so this is neuter. All right.
Imię.
Imię. Okay. This means name. But also nazwa means name. Okay, there's always a million words.
Imię.
Okay, so what's the correct pronunciation? Because this is saying imię, and this one is
Imię.
imię. Is it imię or imię? Is it nasal or not nasal? Nasal or not nasal? Both are correct. Choose one. Is this like a different parts of the country say it different ways or no? Both are correct. Nazwa is the name of a thing. Imię. You shouldn't pronounce it nasally. Okay, all right. Both are correct. Imię, right? Imię.
Imię.
Or imię. I'm just going to say imię. And I'm going to guess that it is neuter. Okay. So then how do you say, what is your name? What is your name? Jak masz na imię? Jak masz na imię? Jak masz na imię? All right.
Jak masz na imię?
But jak means how. Or So this means what name do you have? What name do you have? Right? Because masz means you have. So jak masz na imię? Interesting. In Polish, you have a name. You aren't a name like in other languages. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, directly translates to how have you on name. So then you'd say moje imię, like my name. Oh, nazywam się.
Nazywam się.
Nazywam się Józek. Nazywam się Józef. Right? Nazywam się Józef. Mam na imię. Mam na imię. Okay. Are you guys saying mam na imię more, or are you saying nazywam się? You'd say nazywam się Józek. Or I'd say mam na imię Józek. Nazywam się is about last name. Both are correct. You just say jestem Józef. Jestem Józef. Okay. Jestem Józef. It's also for age. So I would say mam 28 lat. Right? Mam 28 lat. I'm 28 years old. Which is true. I'm 28 years old. Okay. All right. Let's go back.
Kość.
Kość. Ooh. When it ends in an S, this is neuter. I want to say this is neuter. I'm not going to look at the answer. I think it means neuter. Feminine. Oh, okay. So kość means bone. So what are other examples of words that end in S and sh? And so, miłość. Right, that's right. We learned that miłość means love. Miłość. So, words that end in sh are feminine. Feminine. Oh, cześć. Cześć. Or no, część. Część. That's a different word? What is that? Hold on. What is that? Oh, wait. Am I crazy? It just has the... So część and cześć are not the same thing. Część is part. Złość means anger. Okay, część is part, like part of something. Okay. Część. All right. All right.
Sędzia.
Sędzia means judge. All these words are so obscure. Okay, sędzia. Masculine, because that's personal. That's a personal animate noun. Yes, all right. So any
Plemię.
plemię, or plemię, tribe. Masculine, neuter. Okay.
Gospodyni.
Gospodyni, hostess, masculine. Feminine, I knew that. Hostess. All right. We got, wow. We got a 50%. Okay. We got a 50%. Okay. I think at this point we basically more or less know how to tell masculine from feminine from neuter. Basically more or less. So let's learn about adjectives, okay? Let's learn some adjectives. how to, okay, so Polish noun and adjective agreement. Here we go. Oh boy. So I guess I don't know. Grammar. No spamming. No spamming. Não faça isso. Por favor, não faça isso. Okay. All right. I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so all nouns start in the nominative case. But if I just want to, okay, let's say let's just pick two. Let's just pick two adjectives. So big is duży and small is małe. Wait, so hold on. Both those end in a Y. Is that all adjectives? So good, dobre. Okay, so do all adjectives I'm sure not all of them end in a Y. Good, bad, zły. Y or I is most common. Okay, interesting. So what's another adjective? I don't know. What is an adjective? Sharp, ostre. Okay. Let's pick three adjectives and then we'll go through. Let's pick three adjectives and then we're going to go through the nouns we just learned and some other nouns and try to learn what the correct endings are. So what else we got? So big is duży, right? Duży. Small is małe. And then how do you say like what's another give me another give me some adjectives. Fast or slow. Okay, perfect. Powolny. So powolny means slow. Okay. So wolny is more natural. It also means free. Okay. What's szybki? What's that? Fast. Okay. But also szybko. What's the difference here? So how do you say like you talk fast? Like mówisz szybko. Or mówisz szybki. Szybko means fastly, like quickly. Okay, I see. Mówisz szybko. Okay, because it's the adverb. Okay. All right. Mówisz szybko. All right. But szybki is the adjective. Okay, so szybki means fast. Slow is wolny. All right. let's go back. All right, maybe this is what we need. All right. Grammar videos. It's all possessive pronouns. Okay, that's not what I want. All right, so here we go. All right. Okay. So the ending of an adjective in Polish must agree with gender, number, and case of the noun it describes. This makes adjectives a difficult aspect of the Polish language. Yeah, of course it does. You can see examples of all these three agreements below. Okay, so red is czerwony. So it's either, it ends in an a for feminine, it ends in an e for neuter, and the y for masculine. So it is a red flower. To jest czerwony kwiatek. To jest czerwona lampa. Czerwona lampa. To jest czerwone jabłko. Okay. And then how do you even begin to learn this? Okay, so number agreement. So to jest czerwony kwiatek. To są czerwone kwiatki. Okay, you know what? Maybe what I need to do first is learn the plurals of feminine, masculine, and neuter nouns. Okay, I feel like maybe that's... Okay, so plural endings for Polish nouns. This is called the nominative case. Okay, that's right, nominative case, because all the nouns are in the nominative case to begin with. Okay. But does the ending change for plural with the other cases? So nouns, declension. What? So hold on. There's like 7 ways to say plural book. So hold on. What's just like the nominative case? So książka, książkę. Okay, so that's feminine plural. It ends in either an I or a Y. Masculine plural ends in either a Y or an IE.
Pawie. Paw.
Pawie. Okay. You guys, This is ridiculous. This is unbelievable. Okay. So, but then the adjective also has to change. So does the adjective change equally with the noun ending? Masculine singular. Okay, so masculine, personal plural. Okay. So father is tata. All right. All right. This is going to be quite the slog. We're going to have to figure out the best way to go about this. Because it's like, first I need to wrap my head around how all this works in the first place before I can begin to like understand it individually, I guess. Like I don't even have a mental model in my mind of like how all this goes. You know what I'm saying? So all right. I guess let's just get first an overview of Polish cases. Let's just try this. 7 Polish cases, easy explanation. I don't know if it will be.
Witam serdecznie. Last time I'd asked you if you like to know something more about cases, and about 80% of people said, yeah, give us all those information about cases, about Polish cases. You...
Okay, here we go.
Jak to się je? Rules, but you got something for you. Once again, remember about that description. You will find there so many useful things. So first tip before the real lesson. If you are not sure of a word, maybe you know some rules, but you are not sure how to put which one you should put into a sentence. Type the word and type odmiana przez przypadki in Google. You will find a table with all these conjugated words.
So what is odmiana przez przypadki? Odmiana przez przypadki. Is that like the declensions? Yeah? Okay. Alright, so odmiana przez... Alright, so odmiana przez... I wrote that terribly. Okay, so odmiana przez przypadki in English means declension or case inflection, referring to how nouns, pronouns, and adjectives change form to show their grammatical role in a sentence, with Polish having 7 cases: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, instrumental, locative, vocative. While English primarily uses word order and prepositions plus the S for possession. True. Okay. Okay, so Polish uses endings for cases. So samochód, that means car. I'm pretty sure samochód means car. Samochodu versus samochodu. Okay. All right. We got a picture here. guess I just need like a basic definition of all of these. Okay, noun declension, summary of endings. The chart below display all case endings for nouns. When multiple options are available, refer to the additional tips to determine which ending to use. Click on any ending to navigate to its corresponding article. What even is this? Oh boy. Oh boy.
Remember about this tip? I think it will be very useful. So this is the simplest, the easiest explanation of Polish przypadki. I
Here we go.
believe it will clarify to you jak to się je. So first is mianownik, nominative. I think it's the easiest one. It's just the subject of the sentence. You know, the main thing you point at, not only thing, a person, or anything you want to describe. It just answer the question who and what, kto, co. So if you find some nouns or adjectives, these are actually mianowniki. Basically, what is this? You can answer, this is a book. Co to jest? To jest książka. Kto to jest?
Okay. All right. So actually, this feels a little better. So, kto. Let's just real quick understand what these mean. So kto to jest. So co to jest means what is this. Kto to jest also means what is this. Kto means who. Oh, okay. So then, all right. So who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay, this is important to know. Question words. All right. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Kto, co. When is kiedy. Kiedy. Right? Kiedy sounds like cuando. Yeah, it kind of does actually. It's the best idea to learn questions for the declinations. Okay, all right. Gdzie sounds like kade. Kind of. So, all right. Mianownik, dopełniacz. Hold on. Let's do this. Which Polish question words correspond to declinations? I don't know. Close enough. Okay, so interesting. All right, yeah, that just made it more complicated. All right, let's try to not get too complicated. So basically, kto means who, co means what. So this means who. So this means who is that? Kto to jest, right? Who is that? And so you'd say to jest Józef, right? Kto to jest? To jest Józef, right? Kto to jest? To jest Józek. Yes or no? Yes? Okay. And then you'd say, co to jest? To jest książka. To jest książka. Or you'd say biurko, which we learned biurko, didn't we? Means desk. Yes, we did. Kwiat. I don't remember if we learned that one. Okay. So, all right, here we go.
To jest człowiek, dziewczyna, dziecko, and so on. More complicated things like kto to jest? To jest ładny człowiek. To jest wysoka dziewczyna. To jest miłe dziecko. So you...
miłe dziecko means small child, right? Right? Because miłe, małe. It would be małe dziecko. What's miłe? Nice means nice or kind, nice child. So, okay, so małe dziecko would be small child or a small kid. Małe dziecko. Okay. All right.
Need to remember it's kind of base of the sentence, and we call it podmiot. Oops, grammar alert. Too many grammatical things on this channel. Next one, dopełniacz, genitive. You call it possessive case. And this one isn't as much problematic for you English speakers, because you have something very similar in English, as I know. Maybe you don't pay attention that something like that really exists. But as I said, it's very similar. For example, you can say, this is my mother's mother, or this is the mother of my mother. In Polish, it works like that. To jest mama mojej mamy. So, question for this case.
Okay, hold on.
Oops,
What is-
grammar alert.
What is he talking
Too
about?
many grammatical things on this channel. Next one, dopełniacz, genitive. You call it possessive
Genitive, dopełniacz. Used for possession, negation, and with certain verbs, prepositions. Okay.
case. And this one isn't as much problematic for you English speakers, because you have something very similar in English, as I know. Maybe you don't pay attention that something like that really exists. But as I said, it's very similar. For example, you can say, this is my mother's mother, or this is the mother of my mother. In Polish, it works like that. To jest mama mojej mamy. So, question for this case is kogo czego. Imagine. To jest Paweł. Paweł mianownik. On ma swój samochód. And now the question, kogo jest samochód? Samochód jest Pawła. Pawła.
I'm trying my best here. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out. It's really not as simple as just make the adjective and the noun like be like make them agree. It's not as simple as make the noun and adjective agree, because it's also about the context of the sentence. Okay. All the Polish declinations explained. Let's try to. There's got to be a really good video on this.
Hi, my name is Monika, and in my channel I'm teaching Polish. And with this video, I would like to start a series focusing on the Polish cases. What is a case when we talk about languages? A case or a grammatical case. So this is a grammatical category that serves one or more functions.
Okay.
With a case, we can see what kind of relationship there is between words.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
Nouns, pronouns, adjectives, and numerals inflect by
Okay, so even the pronouns. So I guess also possessive pronouns, probably like you say my or yours.
cases. Let me show you some examples. Ja jestem tutaj. Ja jestem tutaj. So in
Tutaj means here. Tutaj means here. I am here.
this sentence,
What about I am there? I am here. Jestem tutaj. I am there. Jestem tam. Okay. Have you never studied a language that has declinations? No, I've never studied a language that has declinations. So I guess this will make it easier for learning other languages that have declinations. But you have to understand, this is quite literally the first time I'm being exposed to this sort of grammar concept. So we're trying.
I am here. Ja, I is the subject. And this is the nominative case. But then when we take another example, lubisz mnie? Lubisz mnie? Do you like me? You won't say lubisz ja. Do you like I? No. You will change ja to mnie, as in English. I became me. Just to show, here we have the subject. In the next sentence, it's an object. So we are changing the case. And it's good to understand that one case can serve more than one function. And you can, from the context, when reading the whole sentence, understand what kind of function it has. And I will show you just some examples to show you what I mean. For example, the genitive case is here. To są buty mamy. To są buty mamy. So mamy is a word in the genitive case. It means moms.
Okay, but doesn't mame mean we have? Mame means we have. It also means moms, plural. And then buty is plural shoes. So to są is are, like they are. Okay. Okay.
These are mom's shoes. So genitive case is used among others to show who's the owner of something. So the possession, the function of possessiveness.
Okay.
But genitive is also used sometimes to show the object of the sentence. For example, here, szukam mamy. I'm looking for my mom. So again, we have mamy looking exactly the same way, because this is the same case, but it's a different function. Here, we don't have anything to do with.
So would you say if you're saying I'm looking for my mom, would you say szukam moje mamy? Moje, right? Szukam moje mamy. Szukam moje mamy. I'm looking for my mom. Oh, great. It would be moje. Szukam mojej mamy. Mojej. Szukam mojej mamy. Great.
Possession, it's simply I'm looking for my mom, and that's it. Or to dla mamy. To dla mamy. This is for mom. So mamy is here again in the genitive case, and we use this because of the preposition dla. Dla required this genitive case.
Okay.
So to summarize, one case can serve different functions.
Okay, we got it. All right, we got it.
In Polish, we have 7 grammatical cases.
Yay!
And now let's have a quick glance at them. Let's see the names and some example. So the first basic case is the nominative case.
Okay.
Nominative case, or
All right, that's what we've been learning. All right, we got it. Nominative. Nominative. We got
in
it down.
Polish, mianownik.
That's what nouns
Mianownik.
start as.
And here is an example. Dobry kot. Dobry
Okay,
kot
here we go. This is what we need. The adjective with the noun. Finally. Okay, here we go.
means a good cat.
Dobry kot.
So this is the basic form. And then we have the genitive case, or in Polish, dopełniacz. Dopełniacz. And here is how the good cat would look like in this case.
Dobrego kota.
Dobrego kota.
It completely changes.
Dobrego kota. And then we have the dative case, in Polish, celownik. Celownik. And the good cat, in this case, would look as
Dobremu kotu.
dobremu kotu.
Dobremu
Dobremu
kotu.
kotu.
Dobremu kotu.
Accusative case would
Okay, so same as genitive. Dobrego
be the
kota.
next case, or in Polish, biernik. Biernik.
Biernik.
And the good cat, in the accusative
Dobrego
case,
kota.
dobrego kota.
Here
Dobrego
we
kota.
go. Here we go.
Another case is the instrumental case, or in Polish, narzędnik. Narzędnik.
Narzędnik.
And the good cat in the
Dobrym kotem.
instrumental case
Dobrym kotem.
would
Dobrym
be dobrym kotem.
kotem.
Dobrym kotem. Then we have the locative case, miejscownik. Miejscownik. And the good cat in the locative case would be dobrym kocie. Dobrym kocie.
Dobrym kocie.
Vocative case,
There's literally 7 of them. They just keep going. Okay, so dobre kocie.
Would be the last case, or in Polish, wołacz, wołacz.
If there's one thing I've learned from learning other languages, like more complicated things like this, right? Like Spanish or Portuguese has like subjunctive verbs, right? Where the ending changes based, like kind of like this, like the ending of the verb changes potentially entirely based off of the context of the sentence, right? Like if you say, they have 10 cats, tienen 10 gatos, right? But if you say, I don't think they have 10 cats, you'd say, no creo que tengan 10 gatos. Tengan. So tienen becomes tengan, which is pretty different, I would say. Honestly, the only way to really learn that is to just, you kind of got to memorize it at first and then just expose yourself to it and hear it. And expose yourself to it as much as possible. So I think that's just going to be my strategy here. Get my head around generally what this is and then just drill it over and over and over and over and over again.
And the good cat in this case would be dobre kocie.
Dobre kocie.
Dobre kocie. So we can see that the good cat in Polish can look differently depending on the case. And if you look closer, there are specific endings for the case. Sometimes even they repeat. So let's say dobry is twice in the nominative and vocative case.
Okay, yeah, we got that.
And kocie is in the locative and vocative. So there are sometimes repetitions of the endings of the word. So very often we just need to read the whole sentence and from the context understand what is the case. And you could see that sometimes the cat had the same form, although the case was different. And it often happens. It often happens that the word looks exactly the same in different cases. So for example, to jest stół, to jest stół. So stół here is in the
Thank you, Jake the Snake 95 for the donation. Cases in Polish affect not only adjectives and nouns, but also pronouns. Yeah, I was kind of learning that earlier. I'm very excited. Also, the accusative and genitive coincide only for masculine animate nouns. Otherwise, they have distinct forms. See, the second part of what you said, I don't even fully understand this well enough yet to even understand what you mean. All I hear is it's very complicated. But thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate that.
nominative case. But in the other example, kupiłam stół. So here, stół looks exactly the same, but it's the accusative case. And here it has a different function. So yeah, it's not enough to see a word. You need to see the whole sentence.
No worries. I'm not discouraged, okay? I have the power of the Polish winged hussars behind me and the power of my ancestors, my Polish ancestors who ventured to the United States from Poland, carrying me to the finish line, carrying me to fluency. All right.
And from the context, then you know what is the case. Okay, we had a look at the good cat. We noticed that the endings change. And this is what happens usually. We create a different form of the word in a different case. So here's another example. Stół will be in the nominative case, and stole would be the same word in the locative case.
The thing that gets me over and over again is just that like the same word in the different cases, it's not like just like it's the same ending every time for every word. It's like it can just change the whole word entirely. I don't...
So what we can see, first of all,
Stop spamming. Stop spamming. No spamming. I'm going to ban you if you spam that.
there is this ending that jumped in the locative case, stół, stole. But also there are some alternations in the word. U became o, w became l.
Le.
And then how would you know what kind of ending to put and what kind of alternation will happen? Well, it depends on many factors. It depends what kind of case is it, obviously. So a certain case has certain endings that can be attached. But also it depends on the part of speech. So if it's a noun or an adjective, there are different endings for that. It depends what kind of gender the word is. So masculine can have different endings than feminine and neuter. It also depends on the number. So if it's singular and plural, we have different endings for them. And also, for example, in singular, there might be no alternations, but in plural, there are sound alternations. And
It just puts into perspective how easy English is. English is so easy. Like, I get that, like, different, like, pronunciation, I guess, can be difficult, but, like, this is a whole other level.
it also depends on the
I like the challenge, though. It does. I feel fulfilled right now.
word stem. Basically, what is the ending of the basic form of the word? Then it might depend what kind of ending in the meaning is important. So, for example, if this is a person, then there is a different ending. And if this is an object,
Okay, but are all of you getting this right all the time? Like, when you speak everyday speech, are you guys getting this right every time? Is it second nature to you, or is it something sometimes you have to stop and kind of think about? Yeah, you get all of it. Oh, great. Jake the Snake 95, thank you again for the donation. I'm currently learning Lithuanian, and the complexity puts Polish name. Lithuanian is even more complex than Polish. I believe you, but I find it hard to believe that something could be even more complex than this. At least that's me coming from English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Yeah. Okay, I guess this just is easy for you guys. 99% correct. No one thinks about it. All right, let's keep going. We got this.
then there is a different ending. All those things often need to be taken into consideration when selecting the correct ending or making some sound alternations. So the thing is to understand what kind of cases we have in Polish and what kind of functions they serve. Very often, one case serves more than one function.
Okay, I'm looking at her playlist here of these verbs for each case that she goes into. Look how long each of these videos are. Nominative is 11 minutes, because I guess that's the most simple one. 34 minutes, 40 minutes, 52 minutes, 43 minutes, 48 minutes, 32 minutes. Unbelievable. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I just need to see, like, right, okay, so if we take the word pièce, or actually that's a pretty irregular one. Maybe we should do dom. Okay, house. So big house is duży dom, right? Big house. Duży dom, all right? Duży dom. Yeah, we're not going to do pièce. Yeah, that one's going to be hard. And no, I'm not going to give up. So, I need to see duży dom in all of the different cases. So we're going to use AI for this because I don't know where else to get this. So can you put in all the 7 cases with example sentences and brief explanations? All right, here we go. Nominative. So, duży dom stoi na wzgórzu. Okay. Wow. So, used for the subject of the sentence. The big house. Duży dom. It's used for possession negation. Okay. Okay. Nie widzę dużego domu. I don't see the big house. So, Polish declination table for dom. Will it give it to me? Will it give me a table? Okay. All right. Perfect. Dom, domu, domowi, dom, domem, domu, dom. Domy, domów, domom, domy, domami, domach, domy. So the dative case is for when it's the indirect object. To learn this language, you actually like have to learn. Just type the word in Polish and type przypadki. Okay. Just do it like that. Okay, so dom przypadki. Oh boy, what is this telling me? What is this saying? Should I click this or am I going to get a virus? Ad block. It's for ads. Okay. You know what? Whatever. I'll pause on this site. That's fine. Yeah, whatever. Okay. As long as we don't get some weird ass ads, which we might. Okay, so this is the plural here. Liczba mnoga. What does liczba mean? Number. What the heck? This website's going to give me a virus. Okay, so single number. So mnoga. It's plural. Okay, all right. So dom, domu, domovi. We got to pull up. Okay, let's try a different word like let's see what do we got here. All right, let's do kolega. Why not? So kolega. Okay, so I'm trying to compare these right now. Actually, can you compare in this website? Maybe not. So dom is masculine, so dom, domu, domovi, kolega, kolegi. And then let's get a neuter word. Let's pick a neuter word. Mydło. Mydło. Here we go. Mydło, mydła, mydwu, mydło, mydłem, mydłe, mydło. Kolega, kolegi, koledze. Sheesh. Kolega's masculine? That's right. But it's different. I guess that's right. Okay. Let's go with książka. Książka. Where's książka? Here we go. All right. Książka, książki, książce. Right? Książce. Jesus, that's a crazy word to pronounce.
Książce.
Książce. It's crazy because it's like, okay, you can learn all the cases, but then you each case gets more complicated to pronounce. All right, that's all right. My brain is just like looking for rules to like tie all of this together. Okay, so we've got masculine, feminine, and neuter. All right. Masculine. Dom, domu. What's like, let's look at like another masculine one. Like, what's another masculine one? Oh, ogyen. Ogyen. Here we go. Ogyen. All right, so okay, so this ovi, so Celovnik is, oh boy. Hold on, she like had it written down. Okay, here we go. So dative, which the dative case is for the indirect object, always ends in ovi. Domovi, ogniovi. Oh boy. And this is all in the present tense. You're telling me that these change for if it's in a past tense sentence? You're kidding. Try kolega and mężczyzna. That's a good idea. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's try this. So mężczyzna and kolega. Let's try this. So mężczyzna, mężczyzny, mężczyźnie. Okay, but these are both masculine nouns, but it isn't even the same. Kolege, kolego, koledzy, kolego. Mężczyzna, mężczyzny, mężczyźnie, mężczyzna, mężczyzną, mężczyźnie, mężczyzną. Okay. I think we need to just like start seeing these in sentences. Otherwise, I don't know how else you could possibly learn this like in isolation. There's like no way to learn this in isolation. Okay. Okay. I don't even know how to go about learning this correctly. There's so many exceptions and things depend on different things. I think we just need to start basic. Just start super basic. Man. Yeah. Exactly. I think learning this in isolation is just going to be the end of me. So a good cat, dobry kot, duży dom, mały dom. Okay. Czepuszko, thank you so much for the 10 zloty. Is that right? 10 zloty? Złoty? 10 zloty. $10. Złotych. Wait. Is it złotych or is it złoty? Okay. In elementary school, we learned to answer cases questions. Yeah. You also are native speakers and you're exposed to it every single day from the day you're born. So it just becomes natural. But for me, I have to learn it one by one. Okay, well, isn't that just a great representation of what we're doing here? So 10 zł. Okay, so I just say you say 10 zł, but dziękuję za 10 złotych. Great. I love that. Gotta love that. Oh dear. Oh my god. Dang. Okay, so I think maybe the best way to go about this is just to expand the vocabulary as much as possible. Você está fazendo muito bem. Obrigado. Obrigado. What's the conversion of dollars to zloty? $3.64. Nice. That's not bad at all. How is your Polish like in percentage? I don't know. 1%. 1%. I feel like the conclusion to this is that I just need to start off by learning as much vocabulary as possible. Also, I think as I begin to learn verbs, the cases will start to make more sense, right? Also, now that I know what nominative case is, I know that that's kind of the base case. So, right, like mężczyzna or like książka, just like the word, that's the nominative case, that's the word, which also you guys call it nominative case mianownik, mianownik, right? Say stół, that means table, right? Yes, it does. All right, I remembered. I have also, what were my question words again? Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So that's kto, co, when is kiedy. But can it also be gdy? Gdy, right? Right, kiedy versus gdy. So, but kiedy is more common, versatile. Question students. Gdy is slightly more formal, literary, or used for situational context. Think of kiedy as the everyday when and gdy as a more nuanced or elevated when, often for connecting related situations. Okay. All right. I got to take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right. We're just finishing up our vocabulary list here. Kto, co, kiedy, gdzie,
Kto, co, kiedy, gdzie, dlaczego, jak.
gdzie. Gdzie, why is dlaczego. How is jak. Okay, I knew that. Jak się masz. Yeah, just get a general idea of what the functions of each cases are. Don't bother with learning all the endings for all cases now. Yeah, I agree. I think that's too much of a rabbit hole. Okay. But I did want to write those down so that throughout the next week or so, I can really start learning those, get those down. Okay. I think the next thing is going to be verbs. We're not going to do that on this stream. We're just going to hang out for a little bit. Oh, look at the stream go crazy. It's because it's catching up with all of y'all's comments. Okay, so the plan for now is to just focus on just learning as many of the nominative case nouns and adjectives, and then we're going to start picking up verbs, just present tense verbs, just basic verbs, infinitives, present tense, and that's how, yeah, that's what we'll do. I guess for the next like 15, 20 minutes, let's just do like a little Q&A. Q&As are fun. So ask me any questions. I have written a booklet on declension for foreigners. Would you be interested? Yes. Of course. Email it to me. My email is in the description of my YouTube bio. Do you want to go to the Polish mountains? Yes. What's the name of the... I used to know there's like a mountain range in the very far south of Poland. What is that mountain range? Hold on. Google Earth. The Tatre. Tatre. What is this? I want to explore Earth. Okay. All right. Can we all actually appreciate how Google Earth is like one of just the greatest achievements of all mankind? Okay, so like way far south here. Oh, so Kraków is actually way further south than I realized. So all right. Let's just explore Poland a little bit. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys located right now? Let's explore some places. Zakopane is the tourist hotspot, kind of a trap, to be honest. Zakopane is a tourist trap? Where is that? Zakopane? Oh, it's like super far south. Tadżanski Park Narodowy. Interesting. Okay. Let's check it out. Oh, look at this. Okay. Surrounded by the Polish mountains here. Parking. Oh, it's in English. So this is like a tourist trap, right? Just a bunch of English around here. Oh wait, hold on. We got a street sign. Oh wait, no. Hold on. I want to go over there. How do I go over there? Oh, I'm terrible at this. I want to go this way. I'm just trying to read this sign. Where did the sign go? There it is. Bierzcie druga strona ulicy. Oh God. Here we go. Bierzcie. Right? Przejście. Ugh. I cannot pronounce that. Parking means parking in Polish. Okay. Really? Parking is also parking in Polish. Fun fact. Przejście druga strona ulicy. Cross on the other side of the street. Okay. Look at this. Okay, so there's some like crazy mountains. Let's Zakopane. So where does it become? No, I don't want that. Oh, I'm like upside down right now. This is weird. How do I like turn myself around? Interesting. Show heading and tilt controls. Oh, here we go. So I believe supposedly my my relatives are from Poznan or Poznan. How do you pronounce that correctly? Whoops.
Poznań.
Poznań. Poznań. All right, Poznań. Stare Zoo. Doesn't stare? That's a word. That's stare. What does that mean? Stare. Old. Right? Old zoo. No? Am I crazy? Also, ogród. Didn't I just learn that? No, I learned ogień. Ogień. Okay, so it does mean old. Would you save this live stream so I can watch it later? Yes, absolutely. It will be on my channel. It'll automatically be posted on my channel when the live is over. Okay, let's go to the zoo. Let's go to the Stare Zoo. Wait, so there's also a new one. So that's Nowe Zoo? There it is. Okay, all right. It is Nowe Zoo. Nowe. Plac Zabaw. I'll have to go to Poland one day, guys. I'll have to go one day. Let's just go somewhere random. Let's go to Chyby. 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 Looks like a bunch of the houses are like orange. August 2025. Here we go. Okay. Okay, some soccer. You guys, I am a soccer fan. And I actually, hold on. My grandma, a long time ago, bought me this jersey. Okay. I do have a Polish. Yeah, football. Okay, yeah, football. Yeah, all right. We'll call it football on stream. All right. Okay, so, and it does say Zapinski. It should say The N should have an accent, but I've had this for a long time. Okay. 21. Okay. Guys, I'm nervous for the Polish national team for the World Cup. I'm a little nervous. I don't know if we're going to make it. I have full faith. We're going to make it, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. So don't we play Albania first, right? We play Albania and then we play the winner of Ukraine, Sweden. So UEFA World Cup playoffs groups. Where's the playoff bracket? Playoffs bracket. I don't know. I'm just trying to see the bracket. Am I crazy? Okay. Okay, here we go. Also, why is this image terrible? What is going on? I just want to see. Okay. Here we go. I don't really know how Albania did in their group. I mean, they must have gotten second in their group, right? But Kto jest z Polski? Does that mean who's Polish? Who's Polish? Kto jest z Polski? Or who's from Poland? Kto jest z Polski means who's from Poland? Right? Because we just learned kto means who. Kto jest z Polski? Yeah, z or sy means from. Kto jest z Polski? All right. All right, we're getting it. We're getting better. We're getting better. Every stream, every video, we just get a little bit better. All right. Do we want to play Ukraine or Sweden? Who do you guys think we have a better chance against? World Cup groups. So Sweden was fourth in their group? What year is this? Nah, that can't be right. Oh, I guess it is. How is Sweden in the playoff? They lost all of their games. So they're just going to lose to Ukraine. FIFA, not UEFA. Yeah, but this is for the qualifier. So Sweden lost like all of their games. Ukraine. And then Albania. Okay, so Albania is going to be like the hardest game. Whether we play Sweden or Ukraine, like we'll probably beat one of them. But Albania is a little bit more of a challenge. Sweden is in playoffs because of their last Nations Cup performance. Okay. Do you have Twitch? No, I only stream on YouTube. I don't know why. We just got to beat Albania. We just have to beat Albania, and then I think whether we play Sweden or Ukraine. I mean, we'll probably play Ukraine. Ukraine will probably beat Sweden. But we did score 17 points, which is not bad. Also, is Szczęsny, is he retired? Is he not playing with the national team? Yeah, we want Sweden to beat Ukraine, but I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Ukraine is definitely better than Sweden. Sweden didn't win a single game. So Szczęsny is retired. Okay. Ogniem I mieczem mentioned. Ogniem. No, that's different than ogien. Dang it. I keep seeing words that like are similar. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. It's time to end the stream. My brain is fried. Thank you all for being here. Dziękuję bardzo. Dziękuję bardzo. We learned a lot. And we will stream again. And there will be more videos on the way learning Polish. So thank you all. It's been 2.5 hours. My brain is fried. Dziękuję. Dziękuję bardzo.